Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take a look at the water systems that are in place here. We're off grid. I say we, it's not my place, but I look after a lot of this. So what we have is a spring, because we're on a hillside. If you listen, you can hear the water in the stream. That's so loud, that water. There's waterfalls down there. So here's where the spring comes in, and every month, at least once a month for a day, we just tickle it. In other words, we lift the lever on the pump and the pump pumps it out so it doesn't silt up. So the spring comes down, and then from here it goes to here at the bottom of, basically the bottom of the garden. And that white thing that's been hacked by a hedge cutter, that's probably at its highest. So that gives us an example, that shows us how high the water level is. And to give you an idea of how idyllic it is, that's the wildflower orchard. So then this water then gets pumped up the hill and up to the back of the house. We can see we've got rainwater collecting systems here. Up the house and up here. This is actually part of an old track that possibly could have been the walking track of the Fossway. Anyway, ignore that. Let me go through here to the holding tank here, which, as you can see by its marker there, that that's also very high. So this is where it's stored before it then goes down into the house. It's kind of basic, but on a hill I'm sure you can understand the logistics of making sure all your pumps work all the time. So, and also what I've noticed happens here, because it's all limestone here, and in other places where I've lived I've noticed the spring moves. In one place I was living in a showman's caravan, and the spring actually moved 6 meters away from, because it used to come out at the steps at the bottom of my decking. And then when I left, it was 6 meters further away. So that's an example of how springs can move. So the other problem with a spring is also that it's quite expensive to get a borehole done. I mean, unless they see you come in and they go, well, they're rich enough to have this place, surely they can afford it. So I don't know. So yeah, make friends with a bore. So yeah, that's it. Now, as for purification, that's something I don't know about. But what I do know is that it has been checked often, and apparently the levels have been high, or of sodium. And possibly some other things, but then they couldn't work out if it was the actual tester who was at fault. So, you know, you may have to look into that. That's something I can't tell you. So yeah, that's the spring system. Now the other system that's in place here is this. As you can see, there's a pipe coming off the guttering of the house and into the top of here, and that is rainwater harvesting. This holds 5,000 litres. It's that size because that's the size that would fit here and work It's got a filter up in the top that needs to be undone every so often and cleared of leaves and things. So yeah, so luckily there is a spring system here, so if it's very dry for a year, this dries out, and it has been so low that water has had to be brought in. And there's the overflow. Which I'm guessing is in use at the moment. And that, obviously, the red thing is the measure. That tells you how high it is, and as you can see, it's pretty much right up to the top. Now again, I don't know about purification, so sorry about that. Sorry about that lack of information. But this is just basically the physical, the physical way. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that helps anyone, and see you next time. Ta-da.